7 simple yet powerful mindset shifts that have radically transformed lives. I recently stumbled upon this book called Mindset by Carol Dweck, and it was recommended to me by my son. Now he's only 13 years old, but apparently he reads more books than I do. Anyways, he told me to read it because he thought it would help me become a better coach. And then I realized as I was reading this book, it wasn't just for coaches. It was for anyone looking to improve themselves and achieve more in life. So, I want to share with you some of the insights from this book today. Carol Dweck, who wrote this book, has spent over 30 years studying under the right mindset and how it can impact our ability to learn and grow. She tells stories of individuals from various backgrounds, ages, and professions whose lives were completely transformed by making small changes in their thinking. And these changes weren't about becoming someone else or living someone else's dream. They were about discovering and fully utilizing the potential that already existed within each person. So let's talk about 7 of these powerful mindset shifts that have radically transformed lives. Mindset shift no. 1. Replace the words I can't with I can't yet. When I first read this, I was like, oh, that's so simple. Why didn't I think of that? But this one mindset shift has the power to unlock endless possibilities in your life. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're trying to learn a new language and you come across a word you didn't know. Instead of saying I can't understand this, you can say I can't understand this yet. By changing the one word from can't to can't yet, you're opening up the possibility that you will understand it in the future. You're planting a seed of belief that you can do it. Now here's the thing. Our brains love patterns. So if you start feeding your brain patterns of I can't yet, it will start to believe that you can achieve anything. It will start to look for ways for you to achieve your goals rather than focusing on the reasons why you can't. This mindset shift is not just about language. It's about your self-belief. It's about your ability to trust that you can achieve your goals. And when you truly believe that, you become unstoppable. Mindset shift no. 2. Embrace the idea of I don't know. In our society, we're often praised for knowing everything and having all the answers. But here's the truth. Nobody knows everything. There's so much we don't know, and that's okay. In fact, it's a good thing. When we admit that we don't know something, we open ourselves up to the possibility of learning and growing. We become curious and we start asking questions. But when we pretend that we know it all, we close ourselves off to new ideas and perspectives. We miss out on the opportunity to learn and grow. As author Carol Dweck says, the willingness to be vulnerable and uncertain is the cornerstone of all growth and all learning. When we embrace the idea of I don't know, we free ourselves from the pressure of always having to be right. We create space for curiosity and openness. And that's where the magic happens. That's where we learn and grow and become wiser. Mindset shift no. 3. Stop saying I am bad at this and start saying I am not good at this, but I can get better with practice. When you say I'm bad at this, you're labeling yourself. You're creating a fixed identity for yourself. But the truth is, we're not born knowing how to do most things. We learn and we practice and we get better. Everything we do, we can improve on. For example, if you're struggling with public speaking, instead of saying I'm bad at public speaking, say, I'm not good at public speaking yet, but I can get better with practice. This mindset shift is a game changer because it allows you to see your struggles as opportunities for growth. It allows you to focus on what you can control, which is your effort and your practice. And when you do that, you become more resilient and more adaptable. Mindset shift number 4. Take 100% responsibility for your choices. Don't blame others. Don't make excuses. You are responsible for your actions, period. When you start blaming others and making excuses, you're giving away your power. You're allowing external factors to control your emotions and your life. But when you take 100% responsibility for your choices, you become empowered. You become in control of your life. Author Carol Dweck says, the key to success is not just setting goals. It's holding yourself accountable for achieving those goals. When you hold yourself accountable, you become more disciplined and more focused. You become more likely to achieve your goals. So, take 100% responsibility for your choices and watch what happens. Mindset shift no. 5. Instead of fearing failure, start thinking of it as a teacher. Failure is a part of the journey. It's a part of learning and growing. The only way we learn is by trial and error. So, instead of fearing failure, start thinking of it as a teacher. Start thinking of it as a guide that's helping you learn and grow. For example, if you're starting a new business and you fail, instead of seeing that as a setback, see it as a learning opportunity. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I use this knowledge to improve my chances of success next time? When you start thinking of failure as a teacher, you become more resilient and more adaptable. You become more willing to take risks, and that's what leads to success. Mindset shift no. 6. Choose the slow and steady path instead of instant gratification. Delayed gratification is a key ingredient to success. It's the ability to resist instant pleasures in order to achieve long-term goals. But here's the thing, it's not about denying ourselves instant gratification. It's about finding a balance between instant pleasure and long-term goals. For example, if you want to lose weight, it's not about denying yourself all the foods you love. It is about finding a balance between enjoying those foods occasionally and making healthier choices most of the time. When you find that balance, you become more likely to achieve your long-term goal of being healthy and fit. Mindset shift number 7. Practice daily gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful mindset shift that can completely change the way you approach life. When you're grateful for what you have, you attract more abundance into your life. You become more positive and more optimistic. For example, every morning I like to write down 3 things I'm grateful for. It could be anything from the roof over my head to the ability to breathe to the amazing people in my life. When I do this, I set the tone for a positive and grateful day. And over time, this mindset shift has completely changed the way I approach life. In conclusion, these 7 mindset shifts are not just words or phrases. They're powerful tools that can transform your life if you use them consistently. From embracing the unknown to taking responsibility for your choices, each mindset shift is a step towards becoming the best version of yourself. Remember, small changes in your thinking can lead to big changes in your life. So start today and watch what happens.